this is Dwayne, N6DMR. This video is to show how to turn roaming feature on through the radio menu of the AnyTone D878UV radio. Move this back a little bit so we can see what we're doing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down in the menu to roaming. Okay, so we have a feature called one-time roaming here. This is interesting. It's an automatic roam. There's no wait on it. I happen to be on a channel that in a repeater that is actually bogus. It's not going to make a connection. So let's go ahead and try the manual just to show you how that works. Immediately starts roaming. Now this is going to take a minute or two because it's looking at the different repeaters that are in your repeater zone as channels. So basically you have to set up channels and a repeater zone, and they call it roaming zone and roaming channels to get this to actually work. Much easier to do that in the CPS. It can be done in the menu. Okay, now if you see here we had a successful roam. It has picked up my roam test zone and it has selected the repeater, my local repeater W3AD, which is very close to us here. So this was a successful roam. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and turn this back off to a different channel here. And the first thing I want to do is double check and make sure I'm not going to have APRS come on here. I have these channels set to do the upload, so it's none, so that's good. I don't want you to get APRS signaling as we're doing the rest. So again, we're on a duplex channel that's bogus. It will not connect, so we're going to need to roam. And notice I'm on parrot. So we'll go back to the menu, go back down to the roaming. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is make sure we have a roaming zone selected. We do that by checking this. Now I have already pre-filled out a roaming test zone and I have some channels in it. So there's, you're going to have to, you could add a zone and add channels to it from the radio menu if you'd like. It's not really pertinent to this. I just want to show you how to turn this on. Much easier to set the zones and the channels up in the CPS. Okay, so there's two functions. Well, first of all, let me show you the out of range node. This is the sound that you will get when you're getting an out of range. You can do sound, which is a voice prompt, beep, or off. And the sound is pretty neat, so I'll show you that for this test here. Okay, let me go back. Now, you'll see you have auto roaming and repeater check, items 4 and 3. The first thing we need to do, repeater check is integral to auto roaming. You have to have repeater check on in order to auto roam. So we'll turn this on. It's just a simple on and off. Okay, and we'll go back. Now we'll actually look at the auto roaming settings. So you could have to turn auto roaming on or off. There's a fixed time set, and then there's a start roaming. Well, when you select start roaming, you can select either fixed time or out of range. The fixed time, it will wait a fixed interval that you select until it starts to do ranging. This is helpful if you're in a fringe area. You're really not losing the repeater, but the repeater check might not be able to connect with it if you have a terrain interruption or something like that. Out of range, it's immediately going to start roaming out of range. So that's the two settings. So we'll look here before we turn it on. I'll go ahead and look at fixed time set. I have mine set to 1 minute. It's fine. You could set it longer, of course. So in order to turn it on, we'll set auto roaming to on. Remember, we've already set repeater check on, which you must have on. So then we're going to go down and start roaming. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to select out of range. It's a lot faster than waiting the time period for it to roam. We'll select that. It's started. We'll go back. So this is it. I'm going to do a key up to hurry this along a little bit. You got a repeater not found, okay? Now we should be getting in, you see the green R for roaming, and the radio now should start its own repeater checking. Okay.
Repeater is out of range.
That's the first repeater check. It did not find a repeater. I'm going to turn that off. We should get 2 or 3 of these, depending upon the timing of my turning off the screen pop-up. Okay, that's
Repeater
2.
is out of range.
All right, that was 2. Now there's a delay in between these, which there's a timing factor you could set in the CPS, but it really works just well with the standard settings, which I have left on. I think it's like a 20-second thing. This should be the 3rd repeater check.
Repeater is out of range.
And we went to roaming, just like we did with manual roaming, only we're doing it automatically here. Just like we saw before, there's a little bit of a delay. It's doing its thing, checking the repeaters that are in the repeater channels. We have a search success again. It selected my roaming test zone and my local repeater. It will remember that I'm on Parrot. Testing Parrot 1, 2, 3, N6DMR.
Testing Parrot 1, 2, 3, N6DMR.
We had a successful roam, we had a successful connection, and it stayed on the Parrot talk group. Thank you.